This beautiful woman failed her 14th cosmetic surgery and became a pile of rotten meat. To save their daughter, her loving parents decided to dissolve themselves and recreate their daughter's body. After much scraping and scraping, they finally saved their daughter's life. Unfortunately, they had too little meat, and their daughter became a crumpled, dry corpse. Looking at herself in this half-paralyzed form, she still did not realize that her desire had harmed her. The anime Beauty Water, released in 2020, is one of the movies every woman must see, because it is written through the desire of women and the complexity of the human heart. The plot reverses and reverses again. Every time it is unexpected, but it makes sense. Yeji is a girl with low self-esteem. She is often disliked because of her looks. She gets a hard look at the supermarket. She fell on the road and was told by the security guard that she was too fat. She did not discipline herself from the blow but fell from the inferiority complex. Back home, she spent her days surfing the internet and overeating. She worked as a makeup artist for an acting company and was often verbally abused and ridiculed by the star Misato. But to make ends meet, she is too angry to speak out. Only Ji-hoon, who has just arrived, warms her heart. When he saw Yeji crying, he even offered to bring her a towel. Yeji can't believe he has a warm heart under his cold and handsome face. But for Yeji, it was a curse, not a blessing. The same night, she was shocked to find her picture of herself eating and drinking was posted on the internet. The comments at the bottom were full of insults and ridicule. Yeji was furious. Not only that, her personal information was spread all over the internet. Many media outlets called and harassed her. The family's already depressing situation became even more unsettling. But then Yeji suddenly received a text message that changed everything. The text said Yeji won the prize and could try the plastic surgery solution for free. She could get a new life with a new face. Yeji thought it was a rogue advertisement and ignored it. But a short while later, she received a courier from the same city. Inside were 2 bottles of plastic surgery solution, a few tools, and a USB stick. Yeji was curious and opened it. Inside were the instructions for use. Mix the solution with water, soak it in for 30 minutes, cut off the excess flesh, draw double eyelids, and pinch out the cherry mouth. This will give you a devil's face. Yeji couldn't believe it after reading the tutorial, but she decided to take the risk because she wanted to be beautiful. When her parents saw it, they were horrified. Her big, fat face turned into an angel face, but 2 bottles were only enough to transform her face. Yeji decided to take the plunge. She went to the address on the delivery and soon met the beautiful boss. She was already the target of the boss. She wanted a model to promote the product. The case of a fat girl turned into a goddess in seconds is the most convincing, but the prerequisite was that she had to purchase the product herself and reshape herself. The boss was also very conscientious and only charged her 1/10 of the selling price, 200 million won, although it was expensive to make a name for herself. Yeji decided to do whatever it took to get a facelift. Of course, she didn't have that much money, so she had to ask her parents for it. When her parents didn't want to pay, she threatened them with a fruit knife. Her parents were so frightened by her that they finally gave in. That very night, Yeji soaked up the plastic surgery solution. The boss himself did the job. After a 5-hour makeover, Yeji finally got her to wish and became a beautiful woman. She jumped into her mother's arms with excitement. Yeji said to her mother that she would be a good girl and pay respect to her parents. On the other hand, she asks her mother to give her 5 million won in retirement money. With a beautiful face, how can she wear those garbage clothes? After she forced her mother to give her the pension money and credit card, when she walked on the road, the indifferent security guards became enthusiastic. Pedestrians on the road also looked at her. She suddenly realized, if it's wrong to be pretty, she's willing to do it all. Her powerful vanity intoxicated her. With a single glance, she makes the supermarket owner swoon. She comes to the mall and spends money without thinking about it. When she sees something she likes, she buys it and swipes her bank card. In just half a day, she spent 18 million won. Her parents scolded her for not being frugal. Instead of feeling guilty, Yeji justified it by saying it was an investment. From this moment on, the ugly Yeji is dead. Now she is a celebrity named Kim Seol-hai. Soon, her beautiful photos became popular among her friends and attracted many people's attention. She took the opportunity to start dating like crazy. She was dating a guy who was a badass, a gym guy, and a powerful financial man. She also entered the swimming party of a rich man, but then she saw her rival Misato at the party. She subconsciously turned her head to avoid it. On second thought, She's not the ugly duckling she was. She was planning to go over. Fatty told her that it was a VIP-only place. Most of them are famous people in show business or powerful people. Seo Hai was dumbfounded. At this point, her manager from the original company handed her a business card and told her that she needed someone to package her, not just to look good. Misato also became famous step by step like this. Seo Hai naturally knew the rules. She took the card and turned around to leave. Back home, Seo Hai thought for a moment. She knew that this was her chance to turn the tide, but these days, she eats daily and has gained a little weight on her stomach. Her sensitive nerves were stung by how she used to be despised for being fat, so she started to mix the plastic surgery liquid again. Her mother advised her to exercise instead of relying on the potion, but her desire overshadowed everything. There was nothing her mother could do. She set her alarm clock and then lay down in the bathtub, but the phone died, and she fell asleep. By the time she woke up, her body had turned into a pile of mud due to oversoaking. When her mother arrived, she was horrified by the gruesome scene before her eyes. The parents decided to share their flesh with her to save their daughter. When Seo Hai woke up, she looked at her parents, who were only skin and bones, and wondered what had happened. She heard her mother say guiltily, "We gave you all the meat, but it's still not enough." Seo Hai walks to the mirror and realizes she has become a zombie with a withered face. It was pouring outside, but she still didn't realize her fault. She finds the boss again with an umbrella, but the boss recognizes money rather than people. The money Seo Hai brings in is not even enough for a bottle of plastic surgery solution. She fell to her knees in front of her boss and prayed that she would do anything if it would help her to regain her appearance. To test her sincerity, the boss stretches out a foot. Seo Hai hesitates for a moment and then bends her body down. The boss dislikes her for dirtying her foot, then takes her into the room and puts plastic surgery cream on her body. After a few moments, Seo Hai's hands and facial appearance were restored. The money she brought was only enough for her hands, and the restoration of her face was a gift from the owner. Seo Hai became furious and blamed the boss for not teasing her like this. In anger, she kills her boss and uses her flesh on herself. At the same time, the news reports that more than 20 women have disappeared from the city recently. Is it all Seo Hai's doing? It's not that simple. No surprise, Seo Hai became a beauty in the spotlight again. She also became the spokesperson for the company's products. Misato's posters were also replaced with hers. Seo Hai inquired about Misato's whereabouts. The agent told her Misato had disappeared for a few days for no reason, but she uncharacteristically posted a selfie online. Maybe she had a falling out with her boss. Seo Hai didn't care much about it. She soon met the man of her dreams after her beauty and career successes. When she remembered that he was the only one who treated her tenderly, her heart warmed up. She followed behind Ji-hoon and found him entering a health club. Seo Hai started working out under pretenses to get closer to him. Sure enough, she soon waited for Ji-hoon. A gentleman and a beautiful woman are perfect for each other. The two soon met and had a nice conversation. Ji-hoon is handsome and has a deep and humble heart, high IQ and EQ. After a few dates, they both have a place in each other's hearts. Ji-hoon sent her home. She suddenly asked Ji-hoon if he had a girlfriend. Ji-hoon first expressed his surprise and then smiled slightly. It was enough to say everything when both of them took a step toward each other. Then, the two of them got along like glue every day. Seo Hai has become a winner in life. One day, Seo Hai was about to go on a date. He saw his face rotting in the mirror. She plans to use the medicine again. Just when her parents came back from buying medicine, she immediately took her mother's hand and tried to ask her for some meat. The two older men are puzzled by her strange behavior. For the sake of desire, Seo Hai has lost his mind, until the old father reassured him that you are pretty enough. Only then did she run to the mirror to check. It turns out that her face is not scarred at all. Everything was just an illusion. She looks at her parents in tears and the pills all over the floor, still without guilt. She gets dressed up and arrives at the date. Ji-hoon said he felt that Seo Hai was hiding something from him. He always had a lot of anxiety. This comment struck Seo Hai's heart. She wants to be honest with the one she loves, but what she had experienced in the past was not something ordinary people could share. She was afraid that the man in front of her would dislike her and leave if she told him. Her words were filled with permanent inferiority, as if everything was within Ji-hoon's expectations. Just see his head tilted. The scene lit up with countless lights, and the air was filled with the smell of romance. This heartwarming scene touched Seo Hai. Ji-hoon is an excellent man, not only talented and beautiful, but also understand the heart of women. Next, he invited Seo-hae to his house. Seo-hae was overjoyed. She saw the family photo of Ji-hoon's house, but there was no him on it. He explained that it was a picture from before he was born. Instead of thinking too much, Seo-hae praised his family. Only his second sister has a different look. Ji-hoon said that his second sister is his angel, and he has a good bond with her. He offered to prepare some dessert in the kitchen. Seo-hae feels lucky to have such a lover, but he suddenly hears a woman's voice. Ji-hoon says she must have heard it wrong. He asks Seo-hae to wait in the hall. For some reason, he kicked the cupboard a few times, and the sound disappeared. At this point, Seo-hae is still unguarded and visits each room. Soon she is dumbfounded, and she sees several bottles of plastic surgery solution in a box. Is Ji-hoon's handsomeness also the result of the plastic surgery solution? She proceeded to rummage through the drawers. What's even scarier is that there are dozens of beautiful women's ID cards inside. Misato, who had disappeared earlier, was among them. A strong feeling of foreboding came to her mind. She couldn't contain her fear. Ji-hoon had already seen it in his eyes. Seo-hae excused herself to go to the bathroom. More fear awaited her. The bathroom was covered with blood and various tools. The walls were covered with many selected target women. Of course, there are also pictures of her. The scene shifts, and Ji-hoon appears behind her with a syringe. She touches a pen and stabs Ji-hoon. Strangely enough, he seems to feel no pain. Instead, another woman's scream emanates from his body. Seo-hae is even more frightened and runs away, but no matter how far she ran, the road ahead is getting farther and farther, seemingly without end. She suddenly saw a scene from his childhood. She won second place in a ballet competition and blamed her appearance for the result. But no matter the result, her mom and dad would always love her. At this moment, she may understand that the love she has always wanted, her parents have long since given him permanently. It's just that her lust for profit has never been satisfied. Ji-hoon still caught her, watching him make up to look like a woman and put on a wig. He looked exactly like Misato, who had disappeared. He also posted the photos on the internet to create a false impression. Ji-hoon also said he is the second sister in the family photo. Like Seo-hae, she was once discriminated against because of her appearance. Her psychological distortion led her to the path of no return. The plastic surgery lotions on the market blend, while the real original cream is her handiwork. Although she made herself look like the envy of others, she got bored and started collecting all kinds of exquisite human organs. Misato's nose was set on her thigh. Now it was Seo-hae's eyes she had her eye on. She sticks the knife to Seo-hae. In the end, Seo-hae did not escape the judgment of desire. Her eyes were set above Misato's nose. On the other hand, the company's agent spotted another beautiful girl in the library. He took her picture on the pretext that the company was looking for a model. The photo soon appeared on Ji-hoon's phone. She will use the girl's plump lips as a gift for Misato and Seo-hae. Ji-hoon is the mastermind behind the scenes. Although the film does not explain his ending, but you can imagine the depths of desire must be a bottomless abyss. She will end up in a bad way. More and more people care too much about their appearance, even enjoy the benefits of appearance. But this gulf is hard to fill. To believe that the good-looking skin is the same, the interesting soul can be one in a million.